Well, I think we're still setting up the demo, but I'll get started. So first off, I just want to thank Battle of the Platforms for having us here. We're very excited to join the competition and the fun. So my name is Rohini Pandey, and I'm part of the product management team at PubNub. PubNub is a secure global data stream network, and I'll explain a little bit more about what a data stream network is in a few moments, but I want to start off with describing IoT platforms. So we all know that there's a variety of use cases under the broad IoT umbrella. There are just so many. In fact, I think I heard 140 different platforms for the IoT currently exist, and that's because no platform can or will solve all of the use cases. So there's a broad set of use cases and a lot of platforms that are necessary. And it reminded me of a quote from the Battle of the Standards in the 80s, so I've repurposed it for today's battle. And so it's the nice thing about platforms instead of standards is that you have so many to choose from. But for PubNub, we are not a platform. We are a data stream network. We provide real-time, reliable, and secure two-way communications to and from every device in the world. But of course, PubNub loves all platforms because a data stream network is compatible with any platform out there, and a data stream network can add value to any platform out there. Our core competency is in delivering the secure, reliable, low-latency communication layer for every device anywhere in the world. We have a laser-sharp focus in delivering that high-performing data stream network. In fact, we have over 300 million unique monthly devices on our network. There's over 700 billion monthly transactions that happen through PubNub, and we offer 5 nines SLAs, uptime SLAs. So that means our network can only be down for a few seconds a month before we start handing money back to our customers. We have points of presence around the world, 14 global data centers that have that deliver our data within a quarter of a second latency. And currently we have over 2,000 customers using PubNub for their applications. All right, so with all of that said about data stream networks, you might be asking yourself what PubNub is doing at Battle of the Platforms. Well, of course, we need platforms for new markets because consumers look for solutions that do everything, soup to nuts. And this makes sense in IoT because even if we're all pretty familiar with it, it's still a relatively new market. And so the platforms give that baseline fundamental functionality based on use cases and delivering requirements for a specific project. But as markets mature, there are best-of-breed components, and that's why we think platforms need PubNub. We've seen this happen before in the last few decades as well, so it's not something new. In the 1990s, you had internet backbone networks, and people didn't really know what they were, but soon they became pretty easy to understand. We knew them as ISPs. We knew who provided them. They spoke certain protocols. And then we started thinking about static content and how to get access to that static content very quickly. But then it became such a ubiquitous term that we just called them CDNs, and we knew people like Akamai, Fastly recently, are able to do that. And they spoke different protocols. They provided different services. So now what we need is a way to not just have static content easily available, but also dynamic, fast-moving, real-time content. And that's what a data stream network provides. With a DSN like PubNub, platforms can be given a high quality of service because DSNs make it easy, fast, scalable, secure, ubiquitous. We have over 70 SDKs for our developers. It decreases the development cycle so that you can get your project to market quickly. And we work with all sorts of platforms to make sure both of our customers are successful. Because the way we see it, if your platform doesn't have global connectivity, it will fail. All right, so with a data stream network that provides this two-way communication layer, you can think of things as like either collecting data or controlling devices. The data collection is more of the inbound, and it seems like it's something that everyone's kind of doing right now. You're ingesting data. The harder part is actually going out and controlling devices. With smart homes, connected cars, industrial valve controls, robots, etc., we don't just want to read the status and tell me what the thermostat temperature is, but we also want to control devices. And so the promise of IoT is with that device control. It's not just about receiving the data. All right, so hopefully we can get to the, we're going to go to the demo that shows off a little bit of our device control. So as you can see back here, we have a PubNub-powered robotic arms. And these are clearly scaled down robotic arms, but you can imagine this in a larger industrial sense. For example, maybe assembly line arms or anything at industrial plants. For this example, we're going to use a little leap motion device. I'm going to plug it in right now. And this will capture the X, Y, and Z coordinates of my arm movements. And then the LEDs will actually move in unison with that. So we have, in the box, we have a little Raspberry Pi controlling the arm motors, the servos, if anyone's familiar with those. And in between the two, between the leap motion and the actual robotic arms, is PubNub. We're the ones sending and receiving that data that's going back and forth of where my arm is, where my hand is actually moving. And so even though this demo could be, is done like right here, we could have the robotic arms in our headquarters in San Francisco, and I could be controlling it from Las Vegas. These could be, actually, this is already on a T-Mobile hotspot, and my computer is on the Wi-Fi network here. So completely different networks. And, any cell connections over Wi-Fi, firewalls, NATs, it'll all work because of PubNub. So let me go into our little leap motion here. All right. Okay, cool. So it's live. Let me see if I can move this up so you guys can see my arm movements happening. So the fingers also control the LEDs. Hopefully you all can see that. My right arm is moving the right arm, and then as I start moving my left arm, it starts moving around as well. We also have this pretty cool dashboard that also takes all of the recent movements, and we used yaw and pitch to kind of describe the X and Y axis. Oops, sorry. So you can see that this is also happening through PubNub all in real time. We're actually providing the analytics and dashboarding to control all of these visuals. And for anybody who's a, boat owner, you might know what the pitch and yaw is. But we also put in a quick visual of how the motors are moving, and so that you can see what these readings really mean. All right. All right, so yeah, as you could see, all of those visualizations and the data that's being sent out was being done in real time. In fact, all of the coordinates were being, I think it was like 20 times a second, were being sent through PubNub, and we could handle all of that traffic. Of course, there's no inbound ports on any of these devices. This is a secure demonstration. And we used publish subscribe for this demonstration, which is one of our core components, but we have a lot of other building blocks for IoT applications. Publish subscribe is the sending and receiving of that data. The entire demonstration from the PubNub side took less than 10 lines of application code because it was just a very simple publish and a subscribe. But PubNub also has the ability to detect presence, which is knowing if your device is online or offline. It's as simple as that. You can also ensure the right people or other devices, if it's automated, are allowed to access the device controller data stream. And so we have access control there. As you saw before, we have a lot of analytics and visual dashboarding capabilities to see the stream in real time. Our storage and playback feature allows you to record, so to speak, your time series data stream. And so it's recorded in order, and so you could play it back almost like a DVR. So if I moved my hands one way or another and then played it back, it would move in that same way. And then finally, we also have mechanisms to push notifications to mobile devices as required, because you might need to know if the machine is down using presence and then get a push notification while you're out. So as you can see, we offer a lot of the fundamental building blocks for any IoT project and platform. And before I close, I just wanted to make sure that I thank the guys responsible for this amazing demo, our engineers, Justin and Kurt, who you just saw up on stage. And we also put our contact information. If you want to try this demo out, just let us know. We will stick around, and you can also play with the robotic arms. Thank you very much.